Hello YouTube, this is lukemick, and I know I haven't made a video in a long time, and so basically right now I'm going to be showing you my top 10 Nintendo 64 games. I only got it when I was in like first grade, now I'm going in 8th grade.
So that was me in 8th grade. I look and sound pretty different now, don't I? 8th Grade is directed by Bo Burnham, and it stars Elsie Fisher of Despicable Me as our 8th grader, Kayla. So this movie's been receiving a lot of buzz coming out of festivals this year, mostly for its really in-tune portrayal of what it's like to be in 8th grade, and I would say that it mostly hits that mark. Now this is the kind of story that's very free-flowing. There isn't a definitive beginning, middle, and end to this movie. It pretty much just picks up during Kayla's last week of middle school and follows her until she completes middle school. And as we watch her life unfold over the course of this week, we really get to learn a lot about her, obviously. One of my favorite aspects of this film involves her making vlogs that she posts to YouTube. I thought that this was one of the most emotionally resonant parts of the film because we get to see who she strives to be by the inspirational and motivating videos that she posts to YouTube, but then we see the stark contrast in her normal day-to-day life, and I just really felt that. I also really loved Josh Hamilton as her father. I thought that his performance was really subtle, and I really believed the relationship that he had with Kayla. Elsie Fisher and Josh Hamilton's chemistry is honestly my favorite part of the entire movie. Thinking back, I just love the scenes where the two of them are just talking to each other. Now, I didn't exactly love this film. It's kind of hard for me to put my finger on what exactly I didn't enjoy about it, but I would say that at times it feels a little bit repetitive, a little bit slow, and I just don't see myself wanting to revisit it anytime too soon. Also, I think that there are a couple of situations or conversations that Kayla gets herself into in this movie that to me just seemed a little bit extreme and not fully believable for the person she was. Maybe some of you will disagree with me, but the car scene, for example, it was a really awkward and tense moment of the film, but I felt like it wasn't fully believable. I just couldn't have imagined that happening. But in all fairness, 8th Grade really is a great film, and it has a lot of believable characters and motivations, and really holds a lot of value for a younger audience. And that's another thing I wanted to mention. This film is incredibly tame to have received an R rating. Like many people have already said, this film is made for kids or people in the age group of 12 to 15. So if you have kids in that age range, I'd definitely check this one out because the R rating in this movie, it's not a raunchy film, there's no drug or alcohol use, it's not violent, it basically just focuses on things that 8th graders go through and the 8th graders talk about. And that's my review of 8th Grade. So if you enjoyed this review, then you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And speaking of that, I just want to thank any new subscribers who recently found and started watching things on my channel. I've seen what I would consider a substantial amount of growth over just the past 2 weeks or so. And I just want to thank anybody who keeps revisiting.
But yeah, that's just basically my N64 collection, and I showed you my top 10. And I'll have more videos coming soon. See you later, YouTube.